so beautiful. It's and one of my also, let's say, biggest, not lessons, but challenges has been, we talked about this with goals and go driving forward and creating your reality.
Oh, yes.
We do
Yes.
consciously or unconsciously, we
Yes.
create our reality.
Yes.
So the interesting thing was that after being through all this down last year, then I got another quiet period now on in January and February.
Mm.
And I see now that that was also because of to take it to the next level, because then all of a sudden Joe Dispenza popped up. I'm sure
Mm.
you're aware of him, yeah.
Absolutely. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, and he's all about creating the reality,
Mm-hmm.
all about that, what you can do, and through meditation, you
Yeah.
go into your nothingness, and in the 0 point there, you can create everything.
Yes. Yes.
And most people also, I'm sure, watching here know that your brain doesn't know the difference of something that's
Mm-hmm.
really happened or something that you make up in your mind and when you feel it.
Yeah.
Uh, so that's also been, so I started meditating according to Joe Dispenza's meditations
Okay.
in beginning of February, I think, and I've been doing it every day,
Mm.
between 20 minutes and an hour
Mm.
morning.
Mm.
And it truly is so amazing to see things just happening. So I manifested like a new assignment 3 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else fell away. Like I applied for like a few jobs, a few
Yeah.
real jobs, because my ego was kind of scared. So it's like,
Yes.
no, 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 you have to get a job now because
Yes.
there's zero in the bank account. You have to get a
Yeah.
job.
Yeah.
But in my visualization, in my meditations, I saw myself having an assignment 3 days a week. That's perfect. I
Mm.
can still have QHHT. I can still do light language healing. I
Yeah.
can still do some retreats and events.
Yes.
And I had some things going on, and there was, some interviews and stuff. Everything disappeared apart from this one assignment that is where I'm at now, and it's really, really is perfect for me.
Mm. Mm.
I know I'm there to do healing as
Mm.
well.
Yeah.
And I set the intention every time I go there. I say, okay, everyone who meets me today, I'm going to lift and shift their energy,
Mm.
get healing.
Mm.
Also, one of my lessons
Mm.
to that has come like the last few months, that I don't know if I told you about that, Marie, but just that I saw HR assignment as, not as nice, not as high level as the healing work that I was
Mm.
doing.
Mm-hmm.
Because that is you're doing a difference, you're making a difference in the world, and and now I see it's been so clear when I come to this company and I meet people that have, children that are suicidal, another person that was suicidal, other problems coming up, and I sit with them in the room. I mean, there's so much healing going on.
Wow.
And there's so much healing going on. So that's also been one of my lessons, to just let my ego say that,
Mm-hmm.
nothing, or to tell my ego that nothing is better or worse.
Yeah.
Every job, and this is also a thing I was saying, Marie,
Yeah.
in my podcast, I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, it doesn't matter if you're a cleaner or if you're a healer, that's no problem at all.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
No,
all
you're
the
beautiful.
same.
You're beautiful wherever you are.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And it's true, but also embodying this and coming to this place and just feeling that,
Yeah.
wow,
Yeah.
by me being here, I'm shifting the whole place.
Of course. And that ripples out to their family members and to their friends, and right? So it's a
Yeah.
huge change. Maybe you being there affects a lot more people than when you're one-on-one doing healing. You don't know that, right?
Exactly. And that's
Yeah.
exactly the message I've been getting,
Right.
that
Wonderful.
but my ego wanted, my ego had a plan,
Yeah.
have 3 clients a week and then some light language, and then I
Mm-hmm.
do some other stuff on internet, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
And the ego,
Mm.
my higher self didn't have that plan. My
Mm.
higher self
No,
had another plan.
of
And,
course.
and also for me to thrive, which I also found out now, is that I need to be in a setting with a lot of people. I
Yeah.
need to be somewhere to feel like on top of my energy.
Yeah.
And actually, that was because I had this podcast friend I was talking about, Jessica. She
Mm.
was a QHT, and we're so connected. So I often ask some questions for me.
Mm.
And I asked her, and her higher self said to me that
Mm.
you get more energy when you're working 3 days a week at a company,
Yeah.
with the healing work there.
Sure.
When you have like nothing to go to, and you're doing your, you have a session here, a session there, you do some things, then you get lower energy.
Yeah.
And I've experienced that now as well, that, oh, I have so much energy, it doesn't matter, I get up at 4:30 some days, and go off and work all day, and then I've got some stuff at the evenings, and now I got QHHT sessions in the weekends because I don't really have time in the weeks. So,
Yeah.
but it doesn't matter, everything gives me energy, so I don't get depleted.
Yeah. From that, I'm thinking, isn't it good that we're not in charge?
Yeah,
And I've been thinking
like,
about that a lot because if you had gotten what you wanted, it
yes,
wouldn't have been the best for you. If you had gotten like, okay, these are the clients, this is what I'm doing, and then doing this podcast, and it's exactly the way I wanted, right?
yeah.
But because you got something that is actually what you need.
Mm,
This is what's best for your energy. This is what's best for your evolution. This is what's best for you to move forward on your journey. And
exactly.
therefore, that's what you got instead. And that has happened to me so many times in my life where I look back and I'm like, I didn't actually make that choice.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
never, I can honestly tell you, I did not make the choice to start to become an architect. That
Mm,
that wasn't made by me.
no,
Overnight, it's not like I was dreaming for decades, in grade school, like, oh, one day I want to be an architect. Oh, one day I want to do this. No, it's almost happened overnight. Like
yeah,
boom, it was downloaded. It's like, oh, you're gonna apply to go to architecture school. Oh, okay.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Super exciting. Like I didn't even think about it at the time. Went in, super excited, went through school, went to work, have loved it the whole time, but it
Yeah,
wasn't my decision.
exactly.
It totally wasn't. And that changed the course of my life, right? So all
Yeah.
these I would venture to say that all these big decisions that happen to us,
Mm,
that we're not the ones making it. But as you said, when you're talking about Joe Dispenza now, where you are focusing on that
mm,
part of you that can actually reshape your brain,
mm.
that makes me think about, you remember as we were kids, we had our imagination.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
We went and we said we took a bunch of friends and we're like, oh, we're gonna go over here. We're gonna build this little cottage. We're gonna, I don't know what we're doing. We're gonna mix this little thing, and this is our soup. And then now you're gonna go and you're gonna take care of the cows over there. And like we were totally in our world. Like, it
Yeah.
didn't matter to our brain that this was not real. It
Mm,
was real
mm.
all the way until somebody told us, oh no, you don't have an imaginary friend, or that's just
Yeah.
for, you're just playing, it's not real, right? That's not a real soup, like somebody told us that, right?
Mm,
But when I look at Joe Dispenza and all this beautiful research that's coming out now that actually tells us that we can reframe and rebuild our brain with our own intention, in our
yeah.
own thoughts, it tells me that our imagination was right.
Yes.
Right? If you imagine your reality, if you put your intention on your reality, you can actually mold it.